Now, we will explain how to make a podcast about integrated learning in elementary school. But we have a special request from Banyani. She is Mom Aan. Mom Aan is seventh generation of transformational teacher, or in Bahasa is Guru Penggerak. Why we invite Mom Aan as our guest speakers? We just know about what is integrated learning as a college student, but we don't know about how to integrate it that has integrated learning subject.
Okay, I will start this podcast. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, good morning. This is Dewi Anjarani and all of my friends in membahas. And then this morning I will be the host of an educational podcast. It's podcast a project for the integrated learning course of the fourth group. There are me, Ade Luh Febiola Kristanti, with study number is 053. Then, hello, I am Rifka and my study number 308. And class, hello, my name is Nurul and my study number 148. Okay, in the next 30 minutes, I will accompany you on Sunday morning via Zoom. This morning, we have an extraordinary request from Banyuwangi. It's so far from Surabaya, right? And then this morning, she is Mrs. Dewi Anjarani. Okay, but she is usually called Ma'am Aan. And let's say hello to Ma'am Aan. Wow.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Good morning and good to see you.
Good to see you. How are you, Ma'am Aan?
I'm quite fine, thank you. And you, everyone?
We are so maybe.
Yes, we fine.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
Okay.
To be our quest today, I hope that we can learn the topic very well. And then at this time, we invite a very inspiring quest. You know, guys, she is a teacher at SDN 8 Sumberagul. Is exactly in Banyuwangi. Mrs. Aan is a seventh generation of transformational teacher. In Bahasa is Guru Penggerak Angkatan 7. Give applause to Mrs. Aan. Okay. Wow, we have a special guest now. Apart from that, she was also my teacher when I was in elementary school. And then, without further ado, let's immediately greet Mrs. Aan with a welcome to our podcast. This is podcast named Run Podcast because Rifka, Adele, and podcast. Run Podcast.
Yay.
Okay, let's start with the first question. Ma'am Aan, have you ever used integrated learning in your class? Could you explain it to us?
Okay, sure. First of all, I would like to say thank you very much for Adele and friends. Maybe I cannot mention one by one of your name. Am my voice clear enough, guys?
Clear enough, Mom.
Okay, because I'm worried about the voice because my laptop the sound doesn't support with the headphone because the slot was like a little bit have problem. And around my places there is a pengajian. So I scared that the voice will be mixed together. Isn't it? No?
No.
Okay. Okay, by the first question, have you ever used integrated learning in your class? And can I explain it? Of course. I will explain about my experience by doing the integrated learning. As a teacher, I was touched. The first year is 2004 in elementary school. Since then, I was like gathered with many children, many classes, because I start with begin from English teacher. And yes, of course, I use my integrated learning almost and always. Because of what? I think integrated learning, it was the best thing that I have done to connect to one subject to another, one topic to another. So it's very efficient way to connect one thing to another. And then the transformation of the curriculum, when I was the first year I taught as a teacher, is the curriculum of 2004. We call it KBK, or kurikulum berbasis kompetensi. And that day, I was taught by the new thing that is integrated, how to like appreciate to the student instead of cognitive. It also affective and also psychomotor. So we have to differentiate between how to value them in their knowledge or cognitive, the affective, or in they behave, how to be a good one, how to be a polite student, and how to work together with the other student. And then the last is psychomotor. We like doing like maybe we see the student, some of the students have the different characteristic. Some of them, they very good in psychomotor, they're very good in sport, they're very good in moving here, moving there, something like that. It is 2004, but still integrated learning still become a major things that we have to do every day in our daily learning. And then move to the curriculum 2004. The government has a new curriculum, that is curriculum 2006. We call it KTSP, Kurikulum Satuan Pendidikan. I think that is still the same way like 2004. The differences is just of the policy. The KBK 2004, all the centered from the government, from Kemendikbud only. All the policy is depend of the center of government. When we use KTSP, it's just like decentralization, like autonomically. The policy came to their own region, like Java province, it's Java province. They have their own policy, and Central Java they had their own policy, something like that. And then we move to curriculum K13. Yeah, integrated learning still being the major way, the approachment to the student, how we connect one subject to another, because we call it thematic in the K13. Okay, and today we use curriculum Merdeka, and integrated learning also still being of the best way or the best method of learning. I think that's it for the first question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your explain about integrated learning. And maybe we have any question more from my friends. Okay. Hello, good morning, Mrs. Ann. This morning is a great thing because I can share with you, even though not directly. From greetings for me, and then
I'm sorry, it will be lost connection because the voice not clearly. Can you repeat, please?
Okay. In the second question, we move to Nurul.
Okay. Why did you choose integrated learning for your class?
Okay. Why do I choose integrated learning? Is because of the time. Okay, the main thing that I have to be managed well is time. Time for learning. In a whole semester, we just need 6 months. And then in 6 months, we have to teach religion, civil studies, Indonesian, science, and then social studies, art and culture, physical exercise, and then local heritage like Japanese, Usingis, and English. Itu all of that subject should be taught in one semester. So if we don't use integrated learning, we will not have enough time. So it will be better for us to integrate one subject to another. For example, when we taught about science, maybe you can say we taught about the material is the digestive system, respiration system, blood blood circulation system, and then we can connect it to the our environment, how to gain the healthy places, healthy condition, so it will be support your body. And then we can connect it again with abiotic and biotic in our ecosystem. So when we taught one subject, we can connect it to another subject to another. It's because of to save the time, because one semester we need to finish all the material and then to give the student the best knowledge, the best thing, the best experience in learning. So when they got past the examination, they will got very good scores or good as they expect to. And then when we connect one to another subject, it will be easier for the student to get understood what the things happen in the world or in the nature, in the class, in the environment, is connect one to another, something like that. Okay, I think this is why that I choose, because of the time efficiently, and the result is will be good also.
Okay, ma'am, thank you for your explanation about why do you choose integrated learning in your class. And then the next question is for me. As we know, we still in curriculum Merdeka now. It's been 2021 until 2023. And then how about, do you agree about IPAS in curriculum Merdeka? It's science and social is integrate in one subject. Do you agree about that?
Okay, first, I have two perceptions about IPAS. IPAS has been established by the government. Two subjects become ones. So I think the government has been like observe and make some experiments or something like maybe quotes or like having many professors things together and then decide to connect science to social. My own perception about IPAS is I think it's a good way, because in fact in our daily activity, in our daily life, science so close with the social. For example, when we talk about digestive system, how to be to gain our body healthy, so the environment should be support your health. How to get the air pollution reduced, how to make our rivers so clean, and then how to do the green our our house to be green, our school's green, and it will be connected with the farmer, will be connected with the some of people that is work as a maybe botanical, as a farmer, as a gardener, something like that. So it will be connected one to another. So IPAS is some of like best resolution maybe to the teachers, and make the teachers creative also. So the teacher will be think how to connect science material to social one. It's make the teachers more getting creative. I think that's way.
Okay, thank you for your perspective about science and then social, how to connect them, and then maybe my friends has a question for you.
Okay, ma'am, I want to ask for you. Thank you for the opportunity. And then, ma'am, perhaps you could explain what is integrated learning and why it is important in the context of education. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, integrated learning in terminology is a subject, is a combinations how to connecting one subjects to another. So it will get a very efficient way to make the student comprehension. Even though how to connect one another subject is doesn't easy, it isn't easy because of we need very deeply understood how to connect one to another. So how is important in the context of education? I think it's very important because how to integrate something, how to connect something, it make us getting more curious to know how to deliver the learning process to the student, how to comprehend the student, how to make the learning is meaningful to them, and then to improve the knowledge, because of course when we connect one to another in the education system, it promote knowledge bigger and bigger to one person itself. I think that's way.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Great for the answer, and I can understand. And I integrate learning by learning history and literature. And our students read literary works that are relevant to the historical period we are studying.
I focus on
Okay.
integrating in math and art. We learn about geometry through fine arts, and it makes learning more interesting. Okay, maybe for math and science, as a teacher, we can integrate about science and then move into mathematics with maybe in the class in P1 or primary one, we can choose science is maybe about apple, and then we can count the apple maybe in the mathematics, and then I think that's all about the integrated learning that I focus in my class if I as a teacher in the first primary school.
All right. Yes.
Okay. Okay, maybe we have any question from a participant, and we just one session of Q&A, and we just have three questions in a session. Maybe we have a friend that maybe has a question, can raise your hand in the future of our discussion. Okay, the first we have Janisa Ramadhani. Please tell your name and your patient.
Okay, Adele, thank you for the opportunities. I will ask something for the speaker. Why integrated learning can provide meaningful experiences for students. Jadi kenapa pembelajaran terpadu itu bisa bermakna gitu Bu di siswa gitu.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Denisa.
Nice to meet you too, Bu.
Okay. Okay. Can we imagine one day we go to the school and then we sit in our desk and then we listen to the teacher that will give us a material example, math. And then when our teacher taught maths, maybe about diagrams or statistic, maybe it's like how many students in a class doesn't like apple? And then there were 12 teachers raise their hand. And then after that, how many students does like pineapple? And then 3 students raise a hand. And how many students here like watermelon? And then there were 8 students raise their hand. And then this teacher give them chance and then ask them to draw the apple, pineapple, and watermelon. And then let them write down the number of the student that is right hand. There is 12, there is 5, there is 3 for watermelon. And the teacher ask them how to make diagram. And then they make like diagram batang or diagram fan or diagram like circle diagram like this. Now, in this case, we will know that math can be connected with art. Right? And then when they finish the drawing, they put the number in the diagram, and then the teacher asks them to come forward and tell the condition, the statistic of fruit preference in a class. Come on, one of student come forward and then tell your friends how many people does like apple, pineapple, and watermelon. And then one student come forward, and then the student will be, okay, ma'am, in this classroom, my friend does like watermelon. There are 3, and there are 5 who likes pineapple, and there are 12 who likes apples. Nah, that is connected to Indonesian. It's connected to how do they communicate, and then they understand how to read a diagram. Yeah, and this is a very meaningful experience for the student. So math can be connected to art because they're drawing the pineapple, draw the apples, draw the watermelon, and as some of students come forward to explain the diagram, it's connected to make a text. Those students who talk in front, they spoken. Those students that sit in the desk, they write the sentences. My friend does like blah, 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 blah. So 3 subjects has been connected in one time of learning. So that's why integrated learning very meaningful. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for the
You're welcome.
answer. Thank you for the experiences and for sharing for me.
Yes, of course. I love to.
Okay, to second questionnaire, there is who is or maybe Astrid. Okay, Astrid, please tell your name and ask your question.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity that you gave to me. Hello, I'm Astrid. This is study number 157. So, nowadays we are required to use TPEC in the education, and one of that is technology. So, I want to ask what is the role of technology in supporting the integrated learning model? Thank you.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you, Astrid.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay. Okay. Uh, the technology. Okay. I will give you like an example like this. In 1998, we don't have Android. We don't have tablets. We just know about television, newspaper, and then tabloid. And then move to the 2001, 2000 and more. It's already a millennial era. We have a camera, we have a handphone, but not Android one. And then move to the 2020 or something. Now the Android was crazy development. We have very advanced technology. In one hand, in this technology, sorry, baby, you can see I hold my Android. We can use sound recorder. We can watch movie. We can see YouTube in many or others platform. And then we have camera in it. We have a song or a video graphic, or we have video editing in it. So the technology was very supported, just in hand. We don't need a long cable. We don't need to bring the long slot to plug in the electricity. We don't need to move the tape, very big tape or radio everywhere. We just put anything in this technology. But for the young learner in elementary school, we have a limitation. It's because of how we are become a very wise teacher. We need to manage the time. When will we use the technology? When we don't. Okay, because the student of elementary school, for their psychology, is doesn't ready yet to always depend on technology. We need to touch them about how to independence, how to use the nature as the resource of learning. Technology is important, but not every day we use technology. And many technology has support the education instead of integrated learning and others. I think technology has a very big impact, but for elementary student or young learner, we have to make limitation and make them understand that nature has provided everything to them. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the explanation.
You're welcome.
Okay, move to the last questioner is Jawamur Rosa. Please tell your name and ask your question.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Rozak, and I have the question. In your opinion, is integrated learning suitable to be applied at all the levels school, like primary school, junior high school, and senior high school, or suitable to be applied on just primary school? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for Mas Dawamut. Okay, thank you for your questions. And I hope, sorry, is my voice clear enough?
Clear enough.
Okay, because yeah. Okay. Is the integrated learning is suitable for primary one? And it is possible in a higher level? I think it's possible, but the main important, we make like a standard. The priority, it will be given maybe in the very young learner. It will be good for young learner. But when it getting higher and higher level, maybe the percentage of learning it should be like smaller and smaller like that. Because of what? Because and when we gain the higher level like senior high school and then the university maybe, the knowledge will be narrowing, right? Like we do narrowing object. For example, we talk about science and social science in a elementary school, but in the junior high school, it's not already EPAS, maybe. On the senior high school, it's already given semico, physics, biology, and something like that. So it'll be like narrowing subjects. The things that will become like narrowing and focused on something that is your preference. Like the student prefer in the science, they will talk about science mostly. The student that prefers social, there will be prefers to social. Some more we have vocational school like SMK, right? We know that in SMK we know about the measures like kendaraan ringan, maybe like mining, pertambangan, informatic, and something like tata boga or like designs and like garment, something like that. It will be narrowing. So maybe integrated learning will be given in a level by level, but the percentage will be smaller when they get higher level. But the most important for the basic knowledge, it will be important in the preschool, kindergarten, or in the elementary school. It will be more percentage, maybe like that. In my opinion, like that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for this answer. That's very clear.
Okay, thank you. I hope so.
Okay, thank you for your answer, ma'am. Wow, it doesn't feel like we've reached the end because the topic was very interesting, I think, because our friends has a question, but we just love one question of question, and then and we have again very useful knowledge about the integrated learning when we become a teachers tomorrow, especially with the knowledge that Mrs. Aan has shared. And then it is an impressive experience. Conclusion, we as a teacher must be able to integrate integrated learning modules in every lesson because students will gain a meaningful understanding and don't forget to keep learning and try integrated learning process in your classroom. It's a wonderful way to shape a creativity and well-rounded generation. I think that's all about the conclusion. And then I think we have a lot of knowledge has been shared with us through our extraordinary quiz, Mrs. Aan in the podcast of fourth group is named Run Podcast. And then we have heard many useful insight on integrated learning from Ma'am Aan and the participant of today's podcast. And then thank you for your our participation. And if there are wrong words, we need apologies. In and then as Ade Luh Febiola Kristanti as a host, and Aan as a guest, and Rifka also Nurul as a member of fourth group, we are allowed to leave. Thank you for your attention. See you in the next podcast about We Are Done
Run podcast.
Thank you, Ma'am, and have a great day, everyone. Assalamualaikum
Okay, thank
warahmatullahi
you.
wabarakatuh.
See you. Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi
Okay, before that,
wabarakatuh.
before we leave the room, maybe we have a picture together. Okay. Okay. I will count 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, and 3. Okay, thank you guys about your participation in this podcast. See you in the next podcast. See you.
See you. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Bye.
Ma'am Aan.
You're welcome. With my pleasure.
Thank you.